It was supposed to be the perfect crime. No witnesses, no evidence, and most importantly, no pineapple. The mastermind behind it all? Joey Two Slices, Romano, a man with a deep passion for pizza and an even deeper misunderstanding of how crime worked. His target? Tony's Pizzeria, home to the legendary award-winning melt-in-your-mouth margarita pizza. It wasn't just food, it was art. And Joey, he wanted that recipe. The team Joey couldn't pull this off alone, so he gathered the best crew he could find at short notice, which unfortunately wasn't great. First, there was Mikey the Mouth Malone. His specialty? Talking a lot about nothing. If distractions were a superpower, Mikey was a superhero. Then there was Benny No Hands DeLuca. Contrary to his nickname, he had hands, just not great control over them. Benny was banned from every bowling alley in town for his disastrous throws. And finally, the wild card, Big Sal. No one knew much about Big Sal. He didn't talk. He didn't blink. He just showed up and ate things. A true mystery. The plan. The objective was simple. Break into Tony's Pizzeria, steal the secret pizza recipe, and disappear into the night like mozzarella on a hot pie. The plan? Joey had it all figured out. They'd enter through the back alley, disable the security cameras, which, as it turned out, were actually just cheap baby monitors taped to the walls, and crack the safe where the recipe was kept. Easy, or so they thought. The execution, at exactly 2 a.m., the team arrived behind Tony's Pizzeria. Everything was going smoothly until Benny tripped over a stray cat, knocking over 3 trash cans in the process. The noise was deafening. "Benny," Joey hissed, "are you trying to wake up the whole neighborhood?" "It's not my fault. That cat came out of nowhere." The cat, completely uninterested in their struggle, licked its paw and walked away. Moving on, they approached the back door. Joey pulled out his lock-picking tools, only to realize he'd forgotten them at home. "Plan B," he said, nodding at Big Sal. Big Sal took one step forward, gently pushed the door, and it swung open. "It was unlocked," he grunted. They slipped inside, heading straight for the office where Tony supposedly kept the recipe. But as they entered, they heard a noise. Someone was in the kitchen. Mikey peeked around the corner. "Oh no," he whispered. "It's Tony himself, and he's making pizza." The pizza showdown. There he was, Tony, the pizza king himself. Rolling dough, tossing it in the air like a pro. The scent of fresh basil and melted cheese filled the air. It was hypnotic. "We need to distract him," Joey said. "I got this," Mikey said confidently. He strutted into the kitchen like he owned the place. "Hey, Tony, long time no see. You know, I was just thinking about how underrated oregano is." "Mikey," Tony interrupted, his hands covered in flour. "Why are you in my kitchen at 2 in the morning?" Mikey panicked. Uh, we're here for, a surprise health inspection?" Tony squinted at him. "You're wearing a ski mask. It's a new health code regulation." Before Tony could respond, Benny lunged for the recipe safe. But instead of opening it, he knocked it off the counter, sending it crashing to the floor with a loud bang. Everyone froze. Tony slowly turned. "Are you trying to rob me?" "Define rob," Joey said, sweating. Tony sighed. "You want the recipe? Fine. I'll make you a deal. If you can out-pizza me, I'll hand it over. But if I win, you never step foot in my pizzeria again." Joey gulped. This was it. The ultimate pizza showdown. The Great Bake-Off. The rules were simple. Each side had 30 minutes to make their best pizza. The judges? Tony's elderly grandmother, Nonna Maria, and, somehow, the same cat that tripped Benny earlier. Joey and his team scrambled. Mikey talked endlessly about dough fermentation without actually doing anything useful. Benny nearly set the oven on fire, and Big Sal just ate half their ingredients. Meanwhile, Tony moved with grace, crafting the perfect pie. The timer buzzed. Nonna Maria took a bite of Tony's pizza first. She closed her eyes, smiled, and nodded approvingly. Then she hesitantly tasted Joey's attempt, a deformed, burnt, yet still somehow undercooked disaster. Her face twisted in horror. "Mamma mia," she whispered before fainting. The cat took one sniff of Joey's pizza, sneezed, and walked away. Tony crossed his arms. Looks like I win. The escape defeated, Joey and his team had no choice but to accept their fate. They shuffled out of the pizzeria, humiliated. That went well, Benny muttered. Shut up, Benny. Just as they reached the alley, Big Sal stopped. Wait, I forgot something. He turned, walked back into the kitchen, grabbed the entire pizza Tony had made, and left without a word. Tony just sighed. You know what? Fine, just go. And with that, the greatest pizza heist in history ended. They didn't get the recipe, but at least they got a free pizza. Joey took a bite and sighed. Maybe crime just isn't for us. Mikey nodded. Next time, we rob a salad bar. The end.